Hi everyone, and welcome to another tarot combination for you. My name's Anne-Marie and I'm tarot with Anne-Marie. So what are we looking at this week? We are looking at combinations that we can do with the World card. The World card is the last card in the major arcana. So what do we have in store for you? Combinations, how it can change from suit to suit, the meaning of the World card. So with no further ado, let's jump right in. So here we have the World card, and I've added the minor card, the Ten of Swords. Now as a pair, this would mean that the major card is telling us that you are in a place of completion, something brilliant's happening. We're going to assume for our pairs that we are looking at the question from one person who is having the reading. So let's imagine that our person is asking, I'd like you to tell me about me, and I want to know what's going to happen in my career, and what do you see for me going ahead. And we'll say that we are looking at this in the position of your spread, and if you know anything about me, you know that I teach tarot and that I do courses. So I'm going to assume that this has come up in the position of this person's physical self, them, the person, not someone else, not outside influences, basically them. So, how do we look at this? Well, this person looks as if they have gone through completion in two different places here. One, things are happening for them, and it's showing that they have completed a cycle, and this is bringing success. And that's all to do with how they have thought and communicated and what they have been feeling, which has then led them to act and then for it to materialize. However, the Ten of Swords is saying there's still something happening in the mindset of this person. They are still going through a lot of physical and mental anguish, and it's taking a toll on them in the physical. The reason I'm saying physical is not because of the Suit of Swords. I'm saying it because it's come up in their physical self. The suit on its own, the Ten of Swords, is referring to how it's actually affecting them. So swords is all about our mental process and the way in which we actually figure things out in our mind, our thoughts, our expressions, how we communicate with ourselves, and how we are communicating with others. So it's taken its toll. Our person here is feeling absolutely wiped out mentally. You know, they actually feel that this has took everything. But there's good news because it's already happened. And from here, there is the new dawn. If we look at the Ten of Swords, we can see in the background there, if you look at the mountains represent some of the challenges that this person has still yet to overcome. We can see that yellow sky, and we can see the grey and we can see the black. But black and the grey are clearing because this person has had this mental exhaustion, this wipeout, this overload. So in order for them to have achieved success, it's taken its toll mentally. That is what this combination means. Physically, they're probably really feeling it. You know, gosh, I can't think straight. You know, I'm not able, I'm not with it, I'm not communicating. And quite simply, it's already happened. It's not what's going to happen. So how would you answer them when they are asking, well, how does this affect me at work? Quite simply, you would actually say to this person, look, you've been through the worst of it. A new day and a new dawn is coming. So seriously, it's probably giving yourself a bit of a rest, allowing your thoughts to roll, allowing yourself to just decompress and to begin again. And so therefore, maybe now is not the right time to be looking at what's next at work. Allow yourself to get over this. New dawn is coming, and it may have actually taken it out of you. Ten of Swords is a card, no matter what way you look at it, it always looks like, oh crikey, this is not good. But it's already happened. So there's only one way to go now, and that's forwards. And so yes, somebody is recouping, as in from the mental anguish. So the completion of whatever it is where they've been busting a gut, as in mentally, emotionally, physically, and producing things has all happened. We can see that from the world card. The world card has got our 4 characters around the corners of the cards there, representing each of the 4 elements. And we saw that in the Wheel of Fortune, but the difference is they were shaded out. Now they are coloured in. That means that this has happened and they have moved from that place of not being clear to now having walked the boards and got the victory, as it were. But we do know that this person is actually feeling mentally exhausted. Our next card. Let's look at it here. Let's say we get this court card and we've got the Knight of Swords. Look at that fellow in that card, dashing about. Even the clouds are jagged, showing us that there is energy. And remember that the Suit of Swords is the mental process. Therefore, we can say that this person is dashing in, impetuous, probably sometimes feeling that they want to dash in and rush in, and they are in a place where, because it's a knight, we can see that they have gained a little knowledge. If it was a page, we'd be looking at the fact that there's an experience and that there is learning to happen in this person's life. Now, the Knight of Swords is actually showing us that this person has gained a little bit more knowledge, but they're not there yet. If they're asking about work and themselves and how they're getting on, it's like, look, you've completed a lot of cycles and you are in a hurry to get places, but it's a bit frenzied and you've still got more to learn. Keep going. And Knight of Swords is a card that says that sometimes this person is a bit yo-yo-y. And what we mean by that is, quite simply, they will think something and then, oh no, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do this instead, and rush in and never really quite complete. Always great ideas, always got this great communication, but not able to actually be serious enough or experienced enough to be able to bring it to completion, despite the fact that we've got the World card. It's showing in all areas that they have succeeded, but there is still a little bit more to go, because the Knight of Swords is a card that is referring to their mental process and telling us that being a knight, there's more to learn. They're not complete yet. They have completed some, but not all. Also, if we are looking at pairs, when we've got a court card, it's always good to feed the major card's energy into the minor card. You could say to this person, people see you as quite worldly. People see you as somebody that does know quite a lot, but they know that you are still learning and that you are worldly and that you have walked the boards, and they know exactly where you're at. They know that you will study things. They know that you will bring it to fruition. They're congratulating you. They probably want to be around you. But being the Knight of Swords, it's a case of they know that you haven't got all of the answers just yet. So that's a nice one. Now let's do a court card as in our King of Swords. I skipped over the Queen because they're very similar, but the energy is a little different. When you've got the Queen, it's a softer energy, one that's a little bit more motherly or nurturing or focusing more on individuals. King of Swords energy is much more serious and much more straightforward and very logical. King of Swords leads armies. Queen of Swords is somebody that's one-to-one, dedicated, dutiful, and probably takes care of the people within those armies. So yeah, serious, but different roles, as it were. So let's talk about our King of Swords. A worldly person, if we are feeding the energy of the major arcana card into the minor card, we are getting the fact that people see you as worldly, people see you as being a bit of an expert here. How do we know they're an expert? King of Swords. You are king. You have matured. In a reading, if ever you are looking to see how something is going to progress and you see court cards coming up, the confusion can be that people look at court cards and go, gosh, I don't know who that is. It is always an aspect of the person that is having the reading, i.e. the querent. The querent is the person having a reading. And it's always an aspect of them. So in their physical self, how they're getting on and how they're acting, we've got the fact that this person is a bit of a genius. And that's because they're worldly, they're knowledgeable, and their communication is making a brilliant leader, someone that can actually give orders, give instructions, lead an army, as it were, lead a pack, lead a company, be able to lead a group, somebody that can actually project manage. And the suit of swords is telling us about their intellect being a king. It's very good. If it was that we were looking in a reading and we're getting those different court cards coming up and it's going clockwise, as it were, in the order of the reading, you'd be looking to see the different ways in which a person is in the actual reading and how that comes about. What I mean by that is maybe they start out as a page of swords and then they develop into a knight and then they develop into a king. Don't worry if you see different suits coming in. And somebody might start off as page of swords, but they may actually, a little bit later on in the reading, going clockwise, showing what's about to happen, going forwards into the future, into timelines. And if you are interested in timelines, I do teach that on the courses. And I can tell you it's very interesting to be able to give accurate information about timings. On the YouTube channel, I will not be discussing that, so you will only get that on my courses. For now, I'm just going to finish off about the court cards. You could see different aspects maybe of somebody coming up in a reading. And you could see them start off as page of swords, and then you see them come up maybe as a knight of cups, or a knight of wands, or a knight of pentacles. And then you see ahead, months down the line, oh my goodness, what's going on here? They're actually going back to being a page, or they may be a page in a different suit. If you are seeing the same suit and it's reversing, they start off as a king and later on you see that, oh my goodness me, they are actually becoming a page of swords later on. It shows that there is something more still to learn, and you would need to look at the major card, and you would need to look at the position and possibly the house, astrologically speaking. All of this comes up in the courses. I teach tarot courses to get you to a professional level. You don't have to do that, but it's really nice to actually know that you can keep moving up the ladder from where you are now to where you want to be, even if it's there to say, I actually want to be able to read for people professionally. I want to give up my day job. I want to do my spiritual work, and I want to be a tarot reader full time. But in order to do that, it's going to have to be your bread and butter. So if somebody was saying, do you think that I could actually do that? And this was the power that they got, the answer would be yes, because you have the knowledge, King of Swords, you're serious about it, King of Swords, you have the expertise, King of Swords, but not just that card on its own. It's because we've got the World card. And it's also to do with the fact it's come up in their physical self, which means they're acting on it. If this came up in the emotional self in the reading, you could say, well, look, you know what? Emotionally, you've got what it takes. You want it enough, you'll do it. You've got the capacity. If you've got this coming up in the spiritual advice, it's like saying, you know what? In time, this is what we feel you should be doing. It's a little bit about the courses and how it actually works. Here I have the courses for you. The Major Arcana, which I call Tarot Mastery. And there they are, all the Major Arcana cards. You can choose. And it's all available on my website. If you want to learn the method, intermediate and signature course is the way to go. And that's the one that will teach you the method. The court cards, which is what we've been looking at. A lot of people get a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to court cards. No matter, I've made a separate section. And the advanced. The advanced is something that is easy, but you really must do the intermediate first. And there you go. I've divided up cups, the swords, the wands, and the pentacles completely separately from ace to 10. And there is a little bit about the cups and what you'll be learning, just so you can learn everything in sections. Now I've brought on the Ace of Cups for you. So again, we're going to imagine the same question from our person. What's going to happen to me in my career at work? And we're looking at them and only them, and we're looking at the position of the physical self. Now we've got an emotional suit here, the element of water, which is all about emotions. We can tell from the world card there's been completion. Now we can see the beginning of something that this person is being given as a gift. Emotionally, they're going to love it. So this is not always, people see Ace of Cups, new romance might be, but they're asking about work, you see. So in actual fact, we're looking at them themselves. We're not looking at a position that would tell us about relationships. We're not even looking at the position that would tell us about work. We are looking at the question of work, and we are looking at the position of the self. So this is saying something that they have wanted, something that is a brand new beginning that they are going to love. It's going to be very peaceful. It's going to actually bring a lot of different emotional components that is like a gift, something that they've wanted, something that is dreamy and relaxed. So you could actually answer this and go, something you've wanted is actually coming, and you're going to absolutely love it. And if they say, gosh, I really wanted to be able to do a new course and go for that promotion, it's like you're going to be offered this and you're going to love it. Beautiful combination. If they are saying what's going to happen to me at work and as somebody I really like, yes, you could actually say with the Ace of Cups, because of the completion of your work and the way in which things are going, there are new opportunities for you at work you're going to love. But it also looks as if the people around you, yes, you are making new connections and it's the birth of something lovely. Let's move this along. Okay, not such a great card. Disappointments. 5 in tarot is always obstacles and struggles. In this pair, we can see that although our person has achieved a lot at work, they are still not completely happy. And that's because they're dwelling on things that have happened in the past. If we look at the 3 cups, it's almost as if they're looking at spilt milk and spilt liquids there. There's liquids, and what it all means will come up in the actual courses to explain more to you. So I urge you to go and look at those in the cups course. What does it mean? Well, 3 of cups, as in that are laying on the floor out of the 5 of cups card, is probably something that brought them great joy. It's no longer around them. And they are looking at that and probably being a little bit grief-stricken, a little bit unhappy, and dwelling on it and going, I want that back. But the cycle changes all the time, and the world card is showing that. We go through cycles of change. There's 2 more opportunities for our person on the emotional level, things that will make them feel, and I say feel because we are looking at the suit of cups. How will they feel? Well, they're not ready to look at it just yet, but it will come. There is a time and a place, and it will bring emotional security. How do we know that? We can see a castle in the distance in our 5 of cups, and they are ready for this because they've got the world card. So they've championed an awful lot of things. Things are going well, but they're just not ready right now. We can say to our person, try not to dwell on the actual things that brought you a lot of happiness and joy. Things are changing. There are new opportunities coming, things that emotionally you will love, things that will bring harmony, and 2 of cups that are still waiting are 2 separate emotional opportunities. We could also look at the fact that the 2 of cups that's on the right of our figure is telling us, like in the 2 of cups, that there are going to be some really lovely emotional connections. Doesn't necessarily mean love. I know we all want to jump into that one, but just really nice emotional connections where you are on the same vibe as someone else. And it will bring a lot of happiness and emotional security. On the screen view now, I've got the World and the Ace of Wands. Well, this is a change of suit action in our physical self in the position of the spread. With the World card and the Ace of Wands combined, there is completion, but that completion is leading to new action. And this is again a gift. All aces are gifts. So something new is happening, but this time it's activated. So what we mean here is this is probably a new action for our person. They are moving on to something new that they will actively be involved in. And if they're asking about work, it's pretty obvious really that this is probably a new job offer for our person. A wonderful card and a wonderful combination. So that would be thrilling to actually have that come up if somebody is really asking a question about their career. Let's just take it to this. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is always a card of victory. And it's usually victories in action, as we say, because it is the suit of wands, the element of fire and action. And it's always a victory of something that we have passed. If somebody's saying, what's going to happen to me at work? You could say, well, have you had an interview recently? Or are you applying for posts of application? Or are you studying for something? Because the cards are telling me that there is success that will move you forward so that you can grow and there is expansion for you. So a wonderful combination to see about work. Incidentally, action when something is happening in a reading is always with the Wand family. Productivity and things that have already manifested is with the Pentacle family. I'm going to move on to a couple of Pentacles for you before I finish. This is a great one to finish with. And you will notice this week that I am not live. I am away having a bit of a break, so I recorded this for you. I'll be seeing you again in a couple of weeks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are wanting to know and grow in tarot. This is the place to be. From time to time, I do bring on guests when people are available to come on the show and ask questions or share their journey or share their knowledge, what they do, tips for us, things that we didn't know. I'm still learning after all these years. I've been doing this professionally for 30 years, teaching it for 20, reading every day for 30 years full time. And before that, I was practicing, but I still pick up the books, glorious books, go on courses, workshops, everything and anything, always evolving and learning. And that's what this channel is about, to help you grow in any way that you actually want to do. Don't be put off if I say this will take you to professional. It's not excluding you. It's just helping you on your journey if you just want to know more and you want to simply do it as a hobby. That's fine. The courses will help you. The astrological associations and the symbology are hugely in depth in the courses. I've tried to make it as simple and as straightforward so that we're not going down rabbit holes of learning about the history of tarot. You can pick that up on Google anywhere. I didn't go into any of that. I've just gone straight in because that's the kind of person that I am. I want to know how to do it and I want to learn it. So I've modeled it like that. And yes, I have been responsible for taking people forwards so that they can work full time as a reader and live the dream, as it were. We all want to live the dream. We all want to be able to work remotely. At some point in our life, we want to be able to have choices. And yes, you know, I've helped many people be able to live abroad and work as a tarot reader full time because they are working for a company, doing their own private work, and they are able to actually sustain their income through the tarot. Do think about that. It's a massive opportunity, if that's what you want to do, to not be tied to the location, to your day job, or to anything that makes you feel that you don't have that choice. But if you are aware that you have not quite got enough knowledge to be able to take such a risk, then ground yourself by actually making sure that you've got all of the information so that if somebody does want a half-hour reading with you, or an hour reading, or as in my case, sometimes, and I kid you not, 5.5 hours to 6 hours, That's been the maximum with one client. And that's not because they are somebody that's in bits. That's because they have a lot of responsibilities and they need some impartial advice in how to navigate the many responsibilities that they have in their lives. Therefore, the tarot is a holistic way of looking at that, like a GPS, to put them into the right place at the right time and for them to feel empowered, knowing the background effects. That's really what this method does. It gives you the background effects, the world and the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles can represent internal transfers at work. It can also present juggling two different jobs. If our person was saying, right, I want to be a tarot reader, and what do you see for me at work? How's it going to pan out? Feel that you've completed your learning and your studies and all of that, and it's wonderful. But I do feel that you are in a position now with the Two of Pentacles saying that you are probably juggling your finances as well. That's what the Two of Pentacles would tell you. So you are quite capable of doing both, but it wouldn't be a time to actually give up the day job completely at this point. Keep one foot firmly on land like our fellow is, and the other foot seems to be up in the air, almost touching the water. So one foot on land, one foot maybe just testing the waters, because we can see that the waters are not running as smoothly. They're not frenzied, but there's some bumps there. So it may not be the right time to go full time, but you could do it part time and you could keep your day job. That's what I did. That's how I did it. I kept my full time job and I did it evenings, weekends, days off, whatever it was. And I went on like that. And the reason I did that was because I was able to actually enjoy both. And I really liked my day job. And it came to a point for me as a person that the tarot grew so much, I had to make a choice. I had to bite the bullet and say, you know what, no one else can do this. I birthed this idea, so therefore I'm the mummy of this and I've got to take care of it. And my business grew. It really did. I didn't feel that I could miss the boat. But yeah, you can actually do things part-time. You can do it as in, maybe it's working for a company and doing your own private work. So there's a lot of positive answers. Pentacles are always positive most of the time because they're tangible. But there are the ones that causes, like the fives, to actually say, oh my goodness me, there are bumps in the road and we've got some obstacles here. But they are things that you will overcome. Thanks for your company. I do hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Subscribe to the channel and follow me. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, we talk about one card. And Tuesdays, I always bring in pairs and show how we can actually read the cards with a question, position, character in mind, and you with your wonderful questions. Obviously, this week, this has been recorded. I look forward to seeing you on my lives in the future. If you know somebody that could benefit from this video, please share it and make a difference to their journey too. From me, Anne-Marie, I will say bye-bye and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.